Welcome to Graya Overload. I'm Anthony, and at Computex, AMD and Intel have announced CPUs that will have more cores. With Computex happening, I've been watching as many press conferences as I can that have been happening. And Intel and AMD, I'm going to focus on their press conferences and just a little bit about each of them. But we had Intel announce the 8086. So the 40th anniversary of the 8086, and Intel's done this one special edition, overclocks to 5 gigahertz. If you're looking for an i7, here's an option. It's a limited edition, so Intel's not making a ton of these, but have at it. I don't know what the MSRP is here, but it should be out fairly soon. So that was a great addition that Intel did to take advantage of that 40th year anniversary. So that was a good idea on their part. I believe it was suggested by somebody on the internet, and Intel ran with it, which was a good thing. But let's get to the interesting part, and that's Intel's 28-core high-end desktop, and then AMD's 32-core Threadripper. So I have a 16-core Threadripper here. It's been working great. I get to put it through a lot of its paces, building software, and everything else. So it works great in doing that, right? And sometimes I've always wondered, especially with building software, hey, can't I have more cores? And I could, but it would come as a cost for the Intel side for the high-end desktop. However, now Intel showed off a 28-core at 5 gigahertz. Put a little asterisk there, right? It was, running on a cooler that nobody's going to have run on. I mean, maybe somebody will besides Intel. But maybe Intel's just going to throw the cooler in with the CPU. That would be good, Intel. Here's an idea. I'll take that cooler. Just throw it in with the CPU. But overall, I think that the 28-core high-end desktop is going to be really valuable for them, especially increasing that core count. Now, is this for the normal person running a desktop? No. But for the high-end desktop person that's looking for performance, 28 cores is going to be beneficial. And I'll touch on that in a little bit here. The 32-core Threadripper, also very impressive. They demoed it with an air cooler. Is supposed to be able to drop into the current motherboards. I think it's going to just be able to adjust the power delivery accordingly. I know that there will be new motherboards to have a beefier power delivery because it's supposed to be able to go up to like 250 watts TDP rather than the 180 currently on Threadripper. So that's interesting. One thing I like to know is what Intel's TDP is on that 28 core. That's interesting to me as well. What that's going to be, what the clock speeds are, what the clock speeds are for Threadripper. I'm very curious as to as well. But this opens up a whole new doors. We have Intel competing. I think what was it, about a year and a half ago, before Intel released this last generation. 10 cores was the highest we had in the high-end desktop. I mean, we had 4 cores for a long time. And now we're up to 8 cores in the main desktop, 6 and 8 with Intel and AMD. And now we're going up to, we just hit 18 and 16. And now we're going up to 28 and 32 cores. So there's a huge jump here, huge growth within, a year and 10 months or something like that in the core count of CPUs. Now, right now, can software take advantage of it? No, not necessarily. But overall, I think software will. And that's where it's going to go. And that's why I'm very excited about these processors. One thing is that, where I work, we use a lot of high-end desktops. We're trying to push the envelope. We write software, and our software needs to take advantage of scaling, a lot of multi-thread stuff. And we were trying to figure out a scaling option. And we were looking at maybe doing a server-side thing, but now we're able to do some scaling testing and get a lot of scaling testing done on just a local system, which is really quite huge. You can scale up to like 28 or 32 using those cores and get that scaling per core. So this is going to be a great option for us. Not only that, when we're running tests, we run tests through multi-threaded scenarios. And being able to do more tests on one machine at a time is very beneficial to us. So these are really cool options. I'm really kind of excited about them too, and being able to test these out and be able to see how it affects our testing. If I can get more throughput and everything else, That's going to be exciting. Now, for somebody that's doing, there's more video editing people, more people pushing the boundaries. I see these YouTube videos of people doing creative stuff that I can't even, really think of. My wife's blessed with being a graphic designer. That's not really my sort of cup of tea, right? And it's not something I'm very good at either. But all these people that are very creative, watching these things, these three CPUs in a price range that fits them, these more cores, all of a sudden opens up new avenues, new windows of what they can achieve. And I'm actually really excited to see those people that can create things that I can't do, see what they create, and be how many more times they can iterate, make something better. That's exciting to me to watch them be able to take hardware and just flourish with it. And I think software is going to catch up. So right now, these high core counts, is it something people are going to use? Yeah, some people are. Building software, when I hit building software in Visual Studio, I wish for more cores on some days. Some days it grinds my machine to a halt, and we're using all these high-end X299, X399 platforms, and I just want something that doesn't grind it to a halt when I build software. So a lot of these things is that you get to take advantage of, and I think there's a lot of options out there for high core count machines. I'm excited to see how people are going to take advantage of them. I'm actually kind of also excited, we've had all these security things as well, but to watch Intel and AMD push the envelope even more. Like, what more can they do? How much more can they increase clock speed and get more threads and cores through something and bring it to more people? Like, how do we take advantage of and make more people productive? And for people that want to make tasks, or maybe I like to see maybe sending a stream, encoding in multiple different streams. Maybe now people can stream to multiple different things, have better streams. Who knows? It's going to be fun to see how people take advantage of it, and it's not a matter of no one's going to take it. No, it's going to happen. People are going to find a way to take advantage of this. So I'm really excited about that. Now, let's switch gears a little bit more towards the graphic side of things. You had AMD also announced a 7 nanometer EPYC, so I want to make a quick mention of that. But then also there was, and the graphics side, we have AMD talking a little bit more about gaming GPUs. There will be a 7 nanometer gaming GPU. I don't know when it's going to be, but they are focusing on gaming. They want to get back to a yearly gaming cadence. I believe that was on the roadmap between the head of the RTG group, I can't remember the name of the guys, but the two guys that are now basically the head of the RTG group, they're gonna be focusing on growing this and making it go better. So I'm excited for them to get back into kind of getting gaming GPUs again going, GPUs just in general going, they want to get on a yearly cadence. We got NVIDIA there, and they said that there won't be a GPU for a long time. Who knows what that actually means? But it should be interesting. So I want competition there, right? This Intel AMD competition right now is awesome to watch, right? We've been waiting for it, and it's just doing innovation things, and watching new things come out is really fun. However, the GPU side is lacking, and that's where it needs to be, and hopefully AMD can take advantage of that. If not, Intel, I know that you might be looking at something like that. Let's see, a 3-horse race here might be even more interesting in the GPU market to see what people can take advantage of and do. I'm excited to see what it all comes out. We'll see where it goes. Let me know what your thoughts are on the GPU market and where you see it going after some of AMD's announcements and NVIDIA's announcements as well, and maybe draw some lines of what you expect from Intel. On the CPU side, are you excited about this as well, about all the CPU stuff that's coming out and the potential that we have for every piece of software out there to take advantage of, make some really amazing stuff here in the future? So let me know what your thoughts are. And until next time, I do want to thank you guys for helping support this channel grow and helping it grow. I'm really appreciative of it. And until next time, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching Graya Overload. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe.